He just went to Nasser and said, listen, if I declare, will you declare? Let's make a game.
In January of 2000, something happened for the first time in more than 120 years of Test match cricket history.
Innings forfeit. This is the first time ever in a Test match.
South African captain Hansie Cronje and England captain Nasser Hussain made an arrangement that was, at first, praised for being inventive, historic and exciting.
I think it was great for the game. Obviously, it was nothing in it at that stage. It was a dead Test match and managed to revitalise it and bring it to life. I think what happened in the end with the declarations and that making a game of it was superb.
Great effort from those two captains, and whatever stick they've had in the media afterwards, I think it's disgraceful. If people don't want to see an entertainment, then they shouldn't bother coming to cricket.
Until it was revealed that everything was not as it seemed, and actually part of something much, much darker.
I gave everything for my country. Yes, I accepted money from bookmakers.
I am innocent and I'm ready to face any investigation.
It's much bigger than people realise.
That's certain things I can't, that's the certain things that's, I don't know, if you had to ask me exactly now, I can't tell you either.
England toured South Africa in 2000 for a series of 5 Test matches. And by the start of the 5th and final Test match in Centurion, South Africa had already won the series.
We played England in a Test series, and we were 2-0 up in the series, the Test series.
South Africa batted first and finished day 1 on a shaky 155 for 6, on a day that was interrupted by rain. And the rain continued on day 2 and day 3 and day 4, with no play possible.
South Africa had batted, it poured with rain. For 3 days it poured with rain.
When play was eventually able to continue on day 5, it was crystal clear that the match had been washed out and it will be impossible to achieve a result in the little time remaining.
Because now it's been 4 days, there's not going to be a result.
Unless both captains agreed to do something that had never been done before in the history of Test match cricket. And that is exactly what South African captain Hansie Cronje proposed to England skipper Nasser Hussain.
Early this morning we heard that you'd taken the initiative to offer a run chase to England.
He came to me this morning and said, gave me a figure which I wasn't 100% happy with.
Cronje suggested that South Africa will declare their first innings closed at about 250 runs. If England agrees to forfeit their first innings completely, South Africa will do the same with their second innings, leaving England a target of approximately 250 runs with about 75 overs remaining in the day, and actually making a thrilling competitive game out of an absolutely dead cricket match.
They declare for without batting, you guys then declare without batting your second innings, so they have to chase like a one-day game.
Mm-hmm. And after some hesitation, England agreed.
I sent a message back up there saying we were happy with that figure, and then we both declared and set up a thrilling sort of climax to the day.
Well, clearly the rumours of a declaration were not just rumours, because Hansie Cronje has pulled out at 248 for 8. There's been a declaration by Hansie Cronje, 2 forfeits, one by Hussain, one by Cronje, and now England have a target to win the Test match.
First time ever, both innings from South Africa and England have been forfeited.
The historic scenes were watched and praised by many cricketers around the world.
Here was a Test match ruined by rain, and the South African captain had made a most generous declaration. What could be more sporting? He was praised to the heavens. A great moral lesson was drawn.
And it turned out to be one of the most unique and thrilling finishes in Test match cricket history.
The closest Test match that I've ever been involved in, for certain.
Back off for 4, and England win the 5th Test match of this 5-Test series, set up by a declaration earlier in the day, and then 2 innings forfeited, but what wonderful entertainment there's been.
Both captains were praised for making these brave and historic decisions in the name of cricket.
Really been made by the work of the 2 captains this morning in setting up the match.
And I think it was a good day's cricket, and as you say, I think it did a lot for Test cricket in general.
It was meaningful. I mean, could easily have settled for the easy option and just play the day out, but I think for Test cricket it was the right option.
But only 3 months later, the shocking and unbelievable truth was revealed to the world during one of the darkest moments in cricket history.
The Indian police claimed to have evidence that Hansie Cronje had agreed to fix the results of international games and to supply inside match information to underworld bookies in return for tens of thousands of dollars.
I have not received any money, and I have never ever spoken to any of the players.
When Hansie Cronje was exposed in April of 2000 for providing information and accepting money from bookmakers during a tour in India, it was also revealed during the King Commission that the decision to propose the historic forfeiture during the England Test at Centurion wasn't Cronje's idea after all. A bookmaker came in contact with Cronje on the evening of the 4th day of the final Test match.
Cronje was phoned on his mobile by a professional gambler. The caller wanted him to declare early and make a game of it.
Hansie picked up the phone, said Hansie, I introduced him myself, who I was, etc. And I gave him the suggestion, etc. I said, listen, what about the donation of about 200,000 rand, if you can get this to happen?
Massive amounts of money was bet on this match to end in an obvious draw. And the desperate bookmakers knew that if they could somehow, by some miracle, get a result from this match, they would make millions. And they did.
What did he receive from you?
He received a leather jacket.
And gave me a leather jacket and 50,000 rand in 2 cash amounts.
2 to win England. Pulled away by Goff for 4. And England win the 5th Test match of this 5-test series.
What was first seen as courageous and inventive captaincy soon became clear to be nothing more than instructions from a bookmaker.
He's listening to what I'm telling him to do.
Once you've turned that tap on and you are now linked with cricket's underworld, they're not simply going to go away.
He came back and said, how else can I make money?
Hansie Cronje was found guilty and banned from all forms of cricket for the rest of his life. But only 2 years later, the unbelievable news broke about a plane crash.
I think something terrible is wrong. Hansie's plane's disappeared.
Breaking news. Some tragic news from South Africa. Hansie Cronje has been killed in a plane crash.
Hansie Cronje's downfall created awareness about how deep the betting world has embedded itself into international cricket. And very strict rules, laws and regulations have since been introduced to combat this. Be sure to check out my other cricket videos too, and subscribe for more cricket content just like this.